Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Welcome back to another sensual episode of another pod. Do not relent. I am your conductor of this mama caboose. I'm Slidewhistle.
It's your boy Immunization. Hello, in a sexy way this time, I suppose.
Oh, it's me, Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire and Horde Punching Bag, and I'm sipping on my Corona Familiare because here comes another Familiare episode.
Well, I'll just say we're recording at high noon today.
Just call me basketball player Luka because I play Overwatch.
Oh boy! I liked his challenges because it wasn't stupid things, except for one. It was just like, play the game, please. And I was like, yay!
And then we'll make it rain loot boxes on you.
Yeah, fuck it. Oh, God. I was addicted, and now I feel like I'm in relapse. I got all 77 over like a week, and now what? You're telling me that I can get 3 in a week if I'm lucky? Ugh!
Help us, Luka. Save us, Luka.
Allegedly, he actually does play. Like, a lot of people are like, why is there a basketball man on here?
Oh no, and
But
I've heard he plays
play.
like at a high level too. Apparently,
Yeah, he was like top 500 Cassidy in some season. I hope he knows how to shoot the basketball in the spawn, because I certainly don't. I had to look up things online about like how to light the perfect hero to play and the perfect angle, and I still couldn't get it.
Isn't there some phenomenon with like professional sports players correlating with like high level of gaming? I'm pretty sure that like they're just like their bodies are always firing on all cylinders, that they have the massive APM needed to play games.
Sure, you heard it here first, listeners.
No, I think that's a real thing. I think that they've heard it before. I think many people have heard this before.
Well, I heard it for the first time here, listeners.
And surely it must work in reverse, right? Get me out on the court, coach! I'll have you know, they sent me my weekly little thingamajig, and my KD was 1.32. That means I can shoot 3.0s on the court.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna be the Shaq of free throws out there, baby.
That's bad, isn't it?
Yeah, Shaq sucks.
Now let's talk about the Shaquille O'Neal of video games. It's World of Warcraft.
Oh.
It's big, but when's the last time it's really done its best? Ha ha ha.
Right now, what are you talking about?
Ha ha ha.
We've got the disc belt being nerfed. This is weird. It's a weird space because on one hand, I was like happy to not have to worry about like simming a belt. I just throw every belt into the trash can. But on the other hand, I've been throwing a lot of belts into the trash can.
Luckily, the trash can hasn't been emptied. You can always go and recover your favorite of the belts from the trash heaps. But yeah, Blizzard announced that with the 11.2.5 patch, there will be significant nerfs to the disc, the belt that everyone has from the delves. And
Okay, people kept talking about this, and I'm like, why do people give a shit about Disc Priest belt? Like the BIS belt for Disc Priest. I was like, you're a shaman, you're not doing it, but I get it now.
Yeah, and I'm glad that this is coming, although it's probably not soon enough, because like on BM Hunter, it's just like better than any other belt. Like at its low ass level, all the guides just say to keep it until the next season is what they said. I'm like, that's crazy. That's the recommendation compared to like 6 out of 6 myth tier belts. There's nothing that's better than this fucking belt.
I'm kind of the opposite. I wish they would have just kept it because it seemed like they even were like, this belt's gonna be good in season 3, so you can use it. And I'm like, okay, but now I gotta fucking sim belt. I don't want to sim belts. I don't want to fucking do it. I just wanted to put it on and forget about it and treat it as the delve belt of mythical legendary power.
For someone who wasn't up on their game when Dagrin 2 was sitting down in real life, can they still upgrade it? Are the delves that used to go in and do even a thing anymore? Because I feel like I haven't seen one in the last month.
Yeah, they if you don't have the disc belt, there's a quest that will appear for you at Dornegal, and you just do delves and level it up.
Yeah, I don't think it's specific. I do think the overcharge ones are like gone now, and I think the quests now are just like
Okay.
do delve, like period.
Okay. I was say because Growlina was on her shit, so her belt is still up there. But like Booty ATW, Wigglestein, Randleman, I think they got a belt maybe. But yeah, season 3 stuff is better than it. But okay, so I should hold on to it because there's still a chance I can upgrade it.
Yeah, except now, who knows? Because it's getting it's a 20% nerf across every single effect, so it's probably going to be enough to bump it out of the percentage.
Yeah, but then on the other hand, we don't really know when 11.2.5 is dropping, do we?
Oh, that's when this is happening. Oh, why did I think it was soon, not 11.2.5?
Yeah, and like we have information about it. That's a Legion remix patch, I think. And I don't know that we have an official date for this yet.
All I'm seeing on Wowhead is they're expected to release in the fall of 2025, and Wowhead says probably October 7th. I don't know what napkin math they use to get there, but
Okay, so maybe we can enjoy or be cursed by our disc belts for around another month.
I wish I knew the actual thing that it did. Because, of course, you can pick and choose between like a dozen special effects. But in the interim, before Koresh came out, they gave us a lot of little fun activities that just gave us a fun thing to put on your armor. So I don't know. Sometimes a purple lightning bolt shoots out of me. Is that my head from Horrific Visions? Is that my belt? Is that, for a while there, was that my ring? I don't know. I need it to show up on my screen and be like, belt bonus. So
And-
I directly know.
Yeah, and the thing is that, like, I don't know, I'm notoriously bad at reading hero talents because, like, I don't pick them. I just load in a build and it is what it is. So, like, sometimes things happen and I'm like, is that a hero talent thing? Maybe. Or, like, when I just got my 4-piece on my hunter and it referenced an ability or, like, an aura of some kind that happens. And I'm like, what is that? So then I like looked into my hero talents and I'm like, oh, that's what that's called. And I was like, well, first off, I didn't even know that was happening.
yeah, as much as like I'll read every inkling, every period in a quest text, but I will not read my talents until I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Let me read my. Oh, that's pretty important knowing that this thing does big green goopies.
Yeah, or like I was like, oh, so like that's where Stampede went. So they took away Stampede, but like they baked it into our 4-piece set bonus. And it's like when one of the hero talent thing procs, and then you cast Bestial Wrath, then Stampede starts happening.
This is interesting to me. So Stampede is happening. On your screen, are there like 17 hippos and rhinos running through the battle? Because I don't see them.
Yeah, I was really, really bummed out to find that, like, because like once I realized Stampede was back and happening, I had Slide look at where I was, and then I looked at his screen. I'm like, that's lame as shit. No one else gets to see the Stampedes, but yes, it's like a stream of like random animals running between me and my target, just like the Stampede of old. I think it like cycles between like 3 and 5 like default animals though. As far as I can tell, I don't think it's like my pets. I think it's just default cheetah, default bird.
Yeah, I just remember it being like I said, like a hippo and a rhino, and I was like, that's super epic. I'm glad that Papa Steen is able to do this.
Do you have a big wyvern circling around you, Aaron, when you're on Papastine? Like a big flying bat guy?
A big flying bat.
The wyvern the Hordes use.
I don't know. It's been a while since I've been on Papa Steen. I'm trying to think. Grumbins was the last hunter I did anything with. And I want to say no.
So, again, a hero talent thing that I discovered somewhat recently is that it cycles through 3 different animal aspects that again, I don't even know when they proc. I think it's when you use kill command after a certain amount of time. I think it's 15 seconds after a kill command or something. Then one of the 3 random things happen. There's like a boar, like your wild hog goes flying out and explodes on like the enemies for AoE damage. And then the other one is a wyvern swoops down and like flies around like in the space above your head. And sometimes it clips into my camera and it kind of scares me.
Because, okay, he was like, do you see my stampede? And I'm like, no. And I look over and I'm like, I'm sorry, what is this giant orange bat circling around your screen right now? You didn't mention that thing at all.
Honestly, I try not to think about it because, like, you know, if I focus too much on it, then it, like, appears. And, like, if my camera is just right, it, like, blocks my screen.
There's so many wild things. Like, I was on Grumbins, and it used to be Kill Command or whatever, the ability where your friend gets red and lunges at the guy. It used to be the bears would do it, the 2 Grumbin bears. The other day, I was on him just because I was getting him to 80, hit that move, and like a cat jumped over my shoulder and attacked someone. I said, excuse me, you're not part of the law firm Grumbins, and Grumbins. What's going on?
Under new ownership now.
Like, I know I'm a beast master, but it's like, I'm only master to these 2 beasts, please. Keep these other crumb bums out of my business.
Keep those crumb bums out of Aaron's business.
And while we're at it, I know that Fire has a fun hero talent thing with Arcane. Let us keep our balls. I go to raid the other day and fucking Hacky, who I know is Arcane, he's got 5 fire orbs above his head, because I guess we're running the same hero talent. Boo! Boo, says I. I just realized he probably has the bird, too. He has the phoenix. That sucks. That's made of fire. Give it back.
Give back that bird as Aaron gives you the bird. I'm in a singy mood today, guys. Why aren't you guys singing more?
I don't know who the fuck you are. Like, you're like primo hater of any musical things.
Were you intentionally doing Can I Pet That Dog?
Can I pet that dog? Yeah.
Can I pet that bird? Can I pet that bird?
Wait, look, if the musical is Muppets, then I'm in. That's all I need. You gotta make them velvety and have a little bit of touch to them, and I'll
Seth
sing along.
Rogen is using his money to bring the Muppets back for a 7th time.
Is he?
It is, yes. They had a series, and it's like, we don't know what's gonna happen with it. And then Seth Rogen's, with his infinite money, like him or leave him, Seth Rogen, he has funded like 17 successful and popular things. But he said, the Muppets, we're bringing them back.
No way. It's how I'm learning about this.
Well, we are a Muppets podcast, so it's fitting.
People are worried, though, because they're like, in this day and age, is it going to be like, yeah, you get 8 30-minute episodes? It's like, if the Muppets are coming back, we need months of Muppets. We need a show, damn it.
Yeah, we need like 65 plus 20-minute episodes.
This is always what happens. The Muppet fans say, please, we'll take anything. Please give it to us. And like, okay, let's test run 8 episodes. Okay, nobody watched it. No more Muppets. And we're like, no, please. You just took away Rizzo's Pizza Palace at Disney.
They took away... Oh, wait, no, never mind. Yeah, I got my things mixed up. Because, yeah, Pizza Rizzo, terrible name, by the way, used to be a bunch of controversy, and I had to engage with 1 million people about it. But I forgot it was that they took away Pizza Planet, the Pixar restaurant, and made it Pizza Rizzo. So I had to have like a 45-year-old man be like, can you fucking believe that? And I was like, I just got here 2 weeks ago, man.
I wasn't involved in the decision-making, sir. Speaking of decision-making, I have a time warp. These fools have 40 seconds. That's how long a time warp lasts, which we've been really familiar with recently in Raid.
Yeah, I have to really know, now that I'm the guy. Oh my god, someone else, I guess we'll talk about it later. Someone else was doing it this week, and I said, thank God.
It was a bit hacky. So there's something I want to talk about. We have some more details about some of the events happening in Midnight. But in honor of that, I want you guys to name all of the events similar to Soup. Like, what are those called? Like the public events that are up every so often. So you can't say Soup, by the way. It's off the list. Ready, steady, go.
The big dig.
Damn it. Researchers Under Fire.
Oh, I blanked on every single one. Like, there's definitely some.
And there's some in this expansion too, I'm sure.
The scrap heaps in the Undermine. I don't know what they're called.
Ooh, that's true. Shit. I really thought I was like, Big Dig. No one will remember that one. God. And we even complained. We complained about something recently was worse than the Big Dig.
Yeah, why? We even ranked them somewhat recently, and I've just like completely blanked on everything.
Siege on Dragonbane Keep, Great Hunts, Community Feast, can't say that one. Storm's Fury, Elemental Storm, Fire Act Assault, Reaches Under Fire, Time Rift, Waking Dream Portal, Super Bloom, The Big Dig.
Man, I feel like I really should have remembered some of these. I feel like we talked about the hunts a lot.
I thought we'd get a Super Bloom for sure, but Aaron wins 2-1. Honestly, not a bad spread.
Okay, well, I'll be right back with the shot.
That's what the boys used to say whenever I would bend over to pick something up in animation class.
Uh-oh, sounds like a lawsuit.
No, they would just observe it, and I'd go, "Thanks, fellas. I was spreading them for you. Anyone want to check out this hole?" And they said, "No, sir." And I said, "Okay, goodbye."
Then Rastakhan snuck up to get his revenge.
I felt something noodling around, and I said, "Is that one of your weenies?" And then I turned around, and it was just a big, long... I was going to say black, but they're gray, right? Like the color gray.
Yeah, he's like a gray scale green, almost greeny.
Because they're not blue.
He's kind of bluey, but then like when didn't he get kind of nasty when he got touched by oh my god, what's his name? He made the deal with Bonswamdi. Yeah, he got kind of a little nasty.
I'll never forgive them for making what's-her-face's hand a skeleton once in a cutscene as like an analogy. And then for like 8 months, I was like, no, she's got a skeleton hand. And it wasn't until I saw her at like the anniversary event that I was like, wait a minute, she doesn't just have a skeleton hand?
I feel like she should. Like, making things a little more interesting. But I am back with my loser shot of Tito's, so I will be consuming this.
Loser.
Didn't it get reverted when the deal was off? I think that's what happened, I think.
So did she have a physical skeleton hand at some point?
I don't know if it was a skeleton hand. Are you confusing Rastakhan's stink hand with well, I guess she
No, because I remember when because she was like, "I'll do anything to save my people. I'll forsake Razan." He's like, "Are you sure?" And then when she did, he like snapped his fingers and made whatever happen. But then she looked down at her hand and it's like, "Now I'm the Loa of Kings, girl." Also, this is a side note I want to talk about. We'll talk about other things, but in Midnight, the Amani say that they do not follow the teachings of Loa anymore. And in the Dark Spear Troll Heritage Armor quest, you also have to find new Loa because, as a whole, trolls don't follow them anymore. Are these people stupid? Like, the light is a concept. Sure, if you met the wind chimes, you know that there's physical beings. But, like, humans believe in the light just kind of... You can see a Loa! Loas hang out all the time. What do you mean you don't believe in them anymore?
Is it just some of them who say that? Because like they have a bear. Isn't like one of the bears gonna be? I think I saw it's gonna be a bear Loa. So is it just like a? Is it the atheists being like, I don't believe in this anymore?
I don't.
But isn't it also like a self-fulfilling thing? Because like if they don't have a lot of people believing in them, they lose power and potentially like disappear.
Yeah.
So maybe it is a self-fulfilling atheism prophecy.
It's just it's so maddening to me. It's so dumb. It's like, we don't believe in the Loa. They have no power over... It's like, go into the hill. We can dragonfly 15 feet up the hill from your town. And like you said, there's a temple to a bear where there's a big bear living in it. You can believe in him. He's right there. Or is it the Loa are so normalized that it's just like, yeah, there's a bear, but we don't like him.
That's got to be what it is. Maybe like they betrayed us, or like we didn't have faith in them. So in my research for trying to find this, I love when I can still find websites that aren't just like Google.com or Facebook. You know, like if you go to shadowoftheempires.com, they have a Loa section where I guess it's a guild. They have their own little banner here, and they list the 4 Amani Loa that we need to know. So Nalarak the bear, Akilzan the eagle, Janali the dragonhawk, and Halazi the lynx. Oh, sorry, and Ekildara, eagle of the hinterlands. And they have like sick art that they custom made for this. This is awesome.
And it's very much so like HTML coded website from like the early 2000s. Like I feel like I made a website like this in middle school in like a class.
Okay, well, Amani who do not serve the bear Loa still won't forget to show Nalarak respect, for he has gifted the Amani with mighty battle bears to ride and fight by their side. So I better not see not one of those motherfuckers who doesn't believe in the Loa riding a bear, or you need to be killed immediately.
Your Loa daddy hooked you up with this bear, and you have the audacity to disrespect him.
Also, I looked up the Darkspear Loa because I remember them being underwhelming while we were talking here. And yes, the Darkspear Loa are officially Buon Samdi, who's cool. I beat him a bunch of times. Johnny, very famous little raptorling. Kivo Yasiti, which is a frowning mask being worn by one of like the big mossy like Pandaria guys. The ones that have one eye, but instead of one eye, it's a frowning mask. And Lokua, which is like a little tiki mask with a stick bug guy underneath. It's like, it's really...
That's my kind of guy.
It's really any port in the storm. Poor Darkspear, they're like... Because I remember them being like, this is the new generation of Darkspear Loa! Imagine turning around and you see that, you're like... I hope that, God, not Rastakhan. What's, is it like Razan? The new guy? Their new, representative?
Rokan.
I hope he sees this bear in Amani and he's like, fuck it! Jump ship! This one!
I wonder if it's that easy to just hop ship. Be like, yeah, I'm part of you guys now. You guys are cool.
They did it in the quest. I'm pretty sure to get to Lurvonk and Teovoa Titi, all I had to do was burn some sticks in like their specific fireplace. And it's like, come on in, brother.
Guys, we should join Shadows of the Empire. I think we're missing out. I'm on their frequently asked questions and rules. How do I join? Whisper one of our officers, Dati Zalujin Azuak, in game to discuss your concept. It's an RP group. This guild is troll only. No half trolls, no dragons or Drakthir with a troll visage form, and so on. There is no level requirement. If you cannot reach Zul'Gurub safely, contact one of us and we shall assist you in reaching the city.
My question is like, are there half trolls in the game? Or is this just an RP thing where like some people would use like a troll like character, but then have like the RP backstory lore that they're like not 100% troll?
They try and pull rank. I'm actually a troll elf. That makes me prettier than your troll, with the character model being exactly the same.
I'm a big fan of this. What tribes can join? We accept almost all troll tribes, as long as they cut their ties with the Horde / Dark Horde. And then they list, like, Zandalari trolls, Prophet Zul deserters, or non-Zul affiliated. If you follow Zul and use Zandalari, you get fucked, is basically what they're saying.
Yeah, no Zul heads allowed here.
We unfortunately do not accept Dark Trolls or Blood Trolls. In-character Death Knights will be judged on a case-by-case basis. Yes!
I love this shit though. Like I love when like people are dedicated to their craft of RP enough to have all of this going on. I mean, like, I don't play the game like that, but like I love that the game has that happening.
Do you guys even have trolls to join this group? I'm trying to think. These guys are such troll traditionalists. Will my guy Last Tune, who very infamously uses the wad gun, will he be able, or will there be like, you gotta use bow and arrows?
Maybe they will make exceptions for the wad gun because it's like the best gun.
They will accept Tangeray, the troll druid. They'll love him.
I don't even know if I have a troll. I feel like I've asked this before, which I feel like means that I don't have one.
Looks like someone's on the outside. Someone's not making it to Zul'Gurub. They gotta go to Booty Bay and cry theirself to sleep.
But back to the midnight public events, similar to the soup. We got a little more detail about some of these. Some of these we already knew this, but I guess they gave another name to the Silver Moon Court.
Wait, before we get into this, that shot has like been hidden, by the way. Does War Within have any public event things, or did they just skip that?
Yeah.
Does the theater? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, so we could have named those too then, and we just completely forgot about all of those too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The machine. Duh. Okay. Never. Ignore me. Continue on.
That shot's really hitting, but it hit so hard it made you go back the other end and think of ones that nobody said, which means it's working. Silver Moon Court / Sathrel's Soiree. This is the one where it was like, balance your reputation between 4 of Silver Moon's military factions. Who cares? That's the same info we got other than the soiree name. The abundance one with the trolls, the same thing. Harvest materials for the low of abundance in a fast-paced, super buffed, who cares event. Now, here we go. Legends of the Heronir for the Herondar. A little more info here. It says, step into the forgotten past of the Haradi tribe using magical paintings. Do we know it was paintings last time? We know it was paintings.
Well, wait. Are you thinking about the dungeon or whatever where like their dreamer has the mobs you have to kill?
I don't know if I'm thinking about it.
Wait, did we have information about this event at all before?
I don't think so. I think it was like the first line. The forgotten past of the Haradi tribe. But now it's like using magical paintings to embark on bite-sized, lore-rich journeys. Bite-sized means it's going to be stinky.
You have to go to Bob-omb Battlefield. Tiny Big Island is where our dreamer sleeps.
You know, I feel like they need to make it so that you jump into the paintings like Mario 64 to like go into like a little miniature world to have like their lore.
You got a triple jump though. Hee ha woohoo!
You can do the backwards long jump to skip to the final boss. No! You cannot skip the beginning content!
So long, gay Zaloteth! And then the Stormarian Assault in the Void Storm. Protect the Void Elves as they activate a Singularity Anchor to purge Stormarion's citadel of remnant void anomalies. This is an action-packed combat scenario where players' skill and well-placed defenses are crucial to holding back relentless waves of void attackers. Tower defense, or is it gonna be a little less than that?
It's going to be less than it. I think it's just going to be like awakening the machine with things spawning and you killing things that's spawning and stopping them from reaching center of room.
I like, though, awakening the machine. I mean, I don't even I guess it's literally right there in the title. We're awakening the machine. But the man takes a break every so often. He's like, okay, I'm not going to keep channeling until you say okay. It's really funny to me for them to be putting a void singularity matrix as we're fighting the oppressive bubble of the void closing in, as it's like, champion, I guess we'll take a break for a sec. Do you have to, like, switch out gear or, like, eat a mana bun or something?
Maybe you have to piss IRL.
Yeah! The powers of the void, they're pretty powerful. If you need to pee, go, because we're going to do, like, 8 more rounds after this.
They're pretty powerful, but not powerful enough for us to, like, wait for, like, 30 seconds while you go take a dookie.
I would love a go piss girl option from whoever's manning the helm.
Mage, open up a portal so they may go piss. And then when you're done sprinkling, come back through the portal and maybe we'll be alive.
We'll be dead.
Sorry, I was real distracted because my cat wasn't fucking eating all day. So I was over here like liver failure, kidney failure.
What the fuck?
I don't even, she's just a bitch. She just started, I heard loud behind me. So loud that it cut through my earphones. And I said, what? And I saw her slamming food and I said, you stinker.
She just needed to introduce a little bit of drama into the household before chowing down on her gruel.
Yes, truly. She said, I'm too enthusiastic for it normally. I have to really play it by ear. Have Aaron get ready to get a vet appointment over the weekend.
At least you figured it out before you went to the vet and they were like, yeah, your cat's just being a bitch.
Fucking Illyria has done that to us before.
It's especially good also because they were like, Dude, next time, when she was doing bad, they're like, next time she comes in, we're going to have to do blood work and all this stuff. And I said, okay, next time we came in. And as we were leaving, I held her close. I said, you better right now, because I'd never want to fucking come back here. They're going to charge us like $500. And then we never did.
You should get her some dentures to put in.
Just big human ones, so she can give you a big smile every time you come by. My cat has no teeth.
Hey, speaking of somebody who has no teeth, Growlina.
That is categorically false. Greetings, DNR listeners. I, your humble servant Growlina, am back to talk to the people and see what it's all about. I'm here in the Bronze Dragonflight portal room with my friend Eslin. Ezzy, does it seem sad in here?
A little. I miss all the portals that used to be here. LOL.
What do you think happened to our beloved brown portal room?
My guy Trump's tariffs hit the world of Azeroth. They just can't afford to import the salts, waters, and 50 silver pieces to keep all these portals open.
Gah. And here I was thinking the world of Azeroth was an escape from all that business.
Look, if these things can hit Nintendo, they can hit the Bronze Dragonflight. We're just gonna have to pick ourselves up by our bootstraps and walk to the dungeons with our own 2 little feeties.
A sad reality in this day and age. Or at least it would be if I wasn't a magnificent mage who can teleport anywhere I need to go of my own free will. Speaking of which, I'm thinking of randomly teleporting just to show off and be annoying. But I'll send you all back to the show before I do. Toodles! Old Gummy Growlina, they call her.
She's a gummy bear. A gummy wolf.
I also am done with my Invisalign journey, so I don't have teeth either.
Norway! I'm so sad that I did not hear about your Invisalign journey, specifically the trials and tribulations of it, until it was very close to ending. To think that I knew you for decades while you were going to the dentist, like every 2 weeks to get remolded? Ugh!
It wasn't quite as often, but I was at the dentist a lot over the last few years, and I'm glad it's done. Now I'm just waiting for the permanent retainer to come in. So we'll see. I'll still have that, but I was gonna have that anyways because I grind my teeth, so I wear something at night anyways, so it's not that big of a difference.
Speaking of grinding, we were grinding our gears in the raid Maniforge Omega. We have officially continued our heroic adventures, and they hit a big old wall this week. Well, I guess not a wall. We did progress, and then we hit a wall.
Yeah, and I think last week on this podcast, I said that very soon we would be able to clear all of normal before break, which I think we did, right? On the first night, and then on the second night, I mean, basically we cleared all of our non-prog bosses really quickly. And then at the end of the first night, Lynn was like, oh, actually, it's my wife's birthday tomorrow, so I'm not going to be there for Wednesday's raid. So then that just threw a big old wrench into our plans. And so on our second night, we have our typical, Ash is only able to be there on the first night, and then Kojak's also had something happen so that he wasn't able to be there, and then obviously Lynn wasn't able to be there. And I feel the combination of missing, 2 very top DPS and then our raid leader was insurmountable for us to get over on our prog boss. So we got up to, what is guy's name with triple pylons on heroic?
This is my problem with the grade currently, is that a lot of purple guys and a lot of guys with funny surname or aftername. So I do believe we got stuck on Forge Weaver Araz.
That is correct. It's very funny, though, because time repeats itself. I remember in Shadowlands when we were in Saudis thinking the exact same thing, being like, we're just fighting suits of armor over and over again.
Yeah, and then eventually we get to the mindset where we can distinguish them. I feel like it's still fresh enough that we can't here. But yeah, we are stuck, hard stuck on Forge Weaver Raz, and it's mainly because like our comp just sucked. We were like 2-4-7. Also, like 4 of us officers had to like take Lynn's like try to fill in Lynn's shoes, and none of us knew how to do it. None of us are like born raid leaders, so it was kind of a mess. I feel like we've made progress like mechanically on how to do the fight, but we just did not have the DPS because our comp was bad.
I felt so terrible, and it's a portion of a leader they never tell you about. Lynn's microphone is very loud and his voice is very piercing. When my good best pal Ahoy was doing callouts, there were some times where it's like, circle. And I was like, what? Eventually, at the end there, I had to crank him up to 200%. Like, I'm giving it all she's got. It's like, oh, to have Lynn back, who can just cut through the noise so effectively. And I don't know if that's because I've cranked him up or because his microphone is just inherently really fucking loud. But when it's gone, it is certainly missed.
I think it's also that he is just very boisterous of a voice. But yeah, I feel like the leadership was definitely missed.
Yeah, I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll do the group invite. I'll invite everybody. And then I promoted everybody. And then I'm like, I don't even know how to make groups. Like, how do you change groups? Someone tell me. I still don't know how to do it.
I don't know how to edit the groups either. Like, so how to like make the frames look better. Like I as like a longtime healer main, I complain about the frames being wrong, but like I don't know how to fix them. Also, like in our defense, Slidewhistle and I did take edibles before this raid, so we were not only
No! You knew we were gonna be in the lurch and you came in handicapped.
yes.
Yes.
So I have to ask, Slidewhistle, at one point you took it upon yourself to do the countdown numbers, and they were always random intervals. Was this purposeful?
I mean, I figured we were all there. What did it matter to do 10 every time or to do...
It was 10, it was 7, one time it was 5, one time it was 17.
never 5. We never did a 5, and it was 11.
We did a 5.
There was the one that really got a lot of people's ire was the fucking like pull timer 20. Like people were like, "Oh, I'm gonna like go take a shit."
That one wasn't me. That one was Ahoy, I think, because I didn't do that one.
Okay. And then also, I forgot. There's something I wanted to say.
Was it my raid mornings?
Oh yes. So Slidewhistle also then brought back the /RW. He was reminding people to do their raid buffs, and I also don't have a quick way to make sure that we have all of our raid buffs applied. So maybe that's also something that we were missing out on. But like he was hitting us with like at first it was just like raid buffs, please. Then he hit us with a raid buffs plaques, and I'm like, Slidewhistle, it's 2025. Like I haven't heard plaques in probably 15 years at least.
I never did plaque swords like I meant. I forgot.
You fucked up. You were up to bat and you missed. You hit a dinger.
Yeah, it's hard. I definitely I don't want to do that. If Lynn retires, I guess I gotta find a new guild, or we gotta find someone else to do it, because that is not something that interests me.
Yeah, I feel like it's just hard to like make call outs like that and figure out. Well, I mean, like I feel like I could make call outs. It's just as then like my DPS and like my mechanics would suffer. But then also, I don't know how to like mechanically set anything up. So I have Warcraft logs uploader. So like I then was in charge of logging. But like I like hadn't done it in so long that like I accidentally missed like a few pulls, and then not that there's much to show for, because then like I feel like we really only did like 7 or 8 pulls on this, and then we were basically, it's very apparent that we just did not have the DPS to get this down. Like we like made it to like the phase where it transitions into like the black hole sucky phase, where the boss was like at 50% health. So I was like, oh, this is not happening.
Yeah, I knew we were done, because that phase starts with him sort of sucking you towards the edge, and you can keep up as long as you backpedal. And then it gets faster and faster. At the very end, the homeboys were stuck in place. Like it was pulling you literally as fast as someone can run. And then, yeah, he was at maybe 41. So I said, nope, call it.
So then we made the executive decision to do time walking raid instead. You know it's bad when Slidewhistle suggests that we go to Firelands.
Well, I figured it'd be a good morale boost. People love the Firelands, so I would let them just do it. I'm like, you have to talk about it all you'd like, and when you kill Ragnaros, you get a piece of heroic loot. So I'm like, maybe we can get some people geared up who minis like 688. So I'm like, we gotta get this boy something. Maybe give him some gear.
And it gave some background players the chance to raid lead. The fact that Cass got PTSD on literally every single boss. There was the very famous moment where, and I was part of it too, I just casually walk around Firelands hitting things, but Rosh was spamming look at me emotes. Cass goes, no, we don't fight him there. I go, oh shit, oh, this is your arena. I'm just following.
I really liked your hero on the spider boss, and everyone being like, no, we hero when the spider comes down.
I said as much. I said, sorry guys, I forgot.
Slide turned to me and was like, I think that's the first time Aaron remembered Hero.
Boo! Boo! Someone else was doing it this week, so that's why I don't know what it was, because it was the hero where someone goes, which is not mine. But I don't know who.
I did start doing it at some point on some of the early bosses where I didn't need a defensive. I did, but then like on our prog, when we got to prog, and then like when we then I was like, no, I need my defenses. But then when we got to Firelands again, I brought out like my chompy pet again.
Also, this goes back to what I was talking about earlier. Yes, I missed a couple call outs because a very quiet and very demure Ahoy was making them. So there was definitely one where I heard, like, we were in the fight and I heard, and I was like, what? And then a couple seconds later, someone goes, I guess we didn't need hero for that one. It's like, scream, shout, let it all out, my friend. I can't hear you over because it's still early enough that I'm not listening to music or anything. So like, Warcraft is playing in the background. I need to know. You need to shout.
Did you get anything good out of your Firelands Ragnaros box?
It's so blue. I don't even want to talk about it. It was a trinket that I think was cool. It was another like store energy and then they do big explosions. It seemed very reminiscent of the cool one. But it was like the effect is double triple boosted when you're less than half mana. And I was like, oh, that means this thing is very specifically mage coded, but not fire mage coded.
So what, is that an arcane mage trinket then?
It is an arc. It doesn't say as much, but it is exclusively useful for arcane mage. So like, I didn't get rid of it because maybe someday this will be useful, but I was just like, it's not for me. The only way I can even lose mana is if I counterspell like 7 times in a row.
That's the strat. You just keep smashing counterspell to get big Trink Dam. I got a pair of hero boots from the Ragnaros cache. Woods Adornigal got a pair of champion boots. I'm wearing Myth Track boots. So nothing mattered.
That he got from his vault this week.
Nothing mattered.
They heard last week when I said that you don't wear shoes, and they said, fuck, damn, okay, here's some shoes.
Fucking hooked me up with the Nikes. You got 6 pairs of them?
Also, I remembered I got a belt, which I looked at it and I was like, damn. Because once again, my disc belt is still very functional at this moment.
You know, and I didn't make out any better than y'all. I got like all headpieces from this. From boss drops in the Firelands, and then from my stash, from my cache, and then from the other one, all headpiece. I walked out there with like 5 headpieces, but at least they were like some sick ass T-Mog. So like I got like the cool like fire crown one, and then like I think from the spider boss I got like this really sick, intimidating, fiery like helmet. And I was like, I don't think that like male armor class of Mog has looked this sick before, which is crazy. It's kind of sad if you think about it, that like the Firelands male helmet looks cooler than a lot of what they have going on nowadays.
I mean, fire's just the coolest element. I hate to say, earth, water, air, suck my dick.
You heard it here first, folks. Are you guys sad about Turtle WoW?
No, I am not. Their ads on YouTube are so fucking schmaltzy. And every time I'm like, how can you do this? And I get that they can technically because they're like based in the UK and there's weird UK law. But I'm like, I don't understand how you can keep doing this. One day karma will come for you. And it did.
Wait, explain this for the uninitiated, aka me. What is Turtle WoW?
So apparently, I'm actually just learning this for the first time this week. Aaron's been seeing ads. I haven't seen ads. I've seen other ads. Maybe it was Turtle, but I don't think so. It's one of those private servers. You know how they got Nostralis. Well, now they got Turtle WoW, and I don't. Why are people surprised? Why are people acting like you're not using Blizzard's game and assets to make money off of it? Like, isn't that just prime grounds to be sued?
It's the entirety of vanilla, and then like one extra area that they hacked WoW characters to go into that's like allegedly brand new using just design elements that were in the World of Warcraft. So it's like, no, we're our own thing. We're new. But yeah, it's called Turtle WoW. Like half of your title is someone else's entire intellectual property. Ugh. And I'm not trying to be like, yeah, big business, yeah, big companies, shut them down. But like, if you're blatantly stealing like that, yeah, dummy, and if you're
Were they
running
profiting off of
ads
it too? Yeah,
it was technically free, but it had like a Ko-fi or like a PayPal link at every login. So it's like people were paying them. So it's like, yeah, they were getting funded technically by the community to just play Blizzard's game without Blizzard getting money.
Yeah, so like on the subreddit, I went to Turtle WoW subreddit. The top post is a picture of oh my god, who's Garrosh's dad? No, Grom with the axe, and the title is "We will never play retail," in spite of the lawsuit that came out 3 days ago, and it's like, okay.
well, if they were playing a pirated version that was classic plus a few additional items, they were never going to play retail anyways, right? Shouldn't this meme say, "We will never play WoW Classic"?
Or yeah, just we will never pay money. Just say it for real, because you can technically play Turtle WoW for free. So yeah, it's just we don't want to pay. Okay, then just I guess remember what playing WoW was like when you were a kid. That's the cheapest way to experience Classic again.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, so like, and then Sven Rootlost says, "Bruh, imagine migrating and goving money to BlizzCuck after all the company have done. Fuck that. Better just stop playing WoW altogether." But you're still playing WoW. You're still playing WoW, aren't you? It's still World of Warcraft. Like, it's just so silly.
The last big thing I saw out of Turtle WoW social media, which once again on Twitter's, they ran a lot of ads, was like, don't worry, everyone. BlizzCuck says that you need to stay chaste, but we made all the titties 15% bigger. So like that was the kind of people that were playing Turtle WoW.
But they had add-ons to increase the boob size in Turtle WoW. That was like one of the few things they changed.
Yeah, that was apparently a selling point enough that it was on an ad that I got on my social media. Well, rest assured, everyone, there's like 50 million more. I know, because I get ads for them too. You watch one dungeon locked video and all of a sudden your thing's ruined. So go find one of those. Go play the one where the guy's like, day 58, I'm in the desert. I'm so thirsty because I have the mermaid aquatic mode on. I don't think it's a good game, but I like the sound of that guy's voice. Sometimes I'll let the ad play as I fall asleep.
And why the hell not? You know, you can have sweet, dulcet tones of WoW Classic private servers sing you to sleep. Oh, wait, bring the fucking wheel out. Let's fucking...
bring the wheel. Come on, we got space.
Okay, you're right. 1 second. This is definitely something worth sloshing our hands around in.
Yeah, we gotta finish this so we can make new lists.
Poor Laszlo Overbite is the one representative for season 4. He's like, wait, it's pretty... Well, you know what? He wouldn't say anything, actually, because he's a pile of dust.
All right, it's been a while since we've done this because there's been a lot of pressing matters to talk about, but we are still power ranking our sexiest NPCs from last season, so let's see where they go.
Here we go. I'm spinning it. It was really teasing us there for a minute. It just eked out Fyrak. It's landed on Fyrak, the end boss of Amir Drasil.
As you headbutt your microphone, you went bam.
Yeah, sorry. I have my wheel on like my other screen, so I'm like awkwardly turned over. I feel like I normally don't hit my microphone, so very sorry, everyone.
We were all very sad that Big Slick in the City did not get chosen this time. But yes, Fyrak. Okay, so, this for me is all attitude. He's in his attitude era because you look at Fyrak, he's not a looker. He's not even really much of a human man.
Yeah, so you're right. A lot of it is his attitude. His fiery personality. Cause like he's kind of derpy looking when he's in like I guess this is his visage form where he just looks like a dude that's like magma and kind of a little scrawny, honestly.
So we're not doing dragon form, we're just doing man form, I guess.
Well, that's the thing. I guess dragon form's a thing too. When you think of Fyrak, because I was thinking of the final boss battle, and he shifts between these two fairly often, right?
Yeah, like in phase one, he's definitely like mainly little man form, and then I think as it goes on, he's more so in big Dagron form. I think the fiery dragon is hotter to me, at least.
I would tend to agree. And, not to make the joke that we always make for world bosses, but he certainly has fucked me quite a few times. It definitely took me a while to defeat this man on heroic difficulty.
Is this controversial to say? I don't think he's that hot, that sexy. Kind of a gross
That's not controversial.
Kind of a gross looking dragon.
Yeah, I don't think it's controversial either. I honestly feel like we were leaning heavily on the fact that like he has some good like one-liners, honestly, I will say, during the fight. And I think a lot of it was on the attitude and the fact that he was like fucking us for so long because it took us a while to get AOTC on him.
To quote my good friends American Hi-Fi, I believe he was just the flavor of the week at the time.
He's got to be above Sobriety and above the bug and orb icon from Shadowlands.
Okay, so you're saying that like potentially like put him at 41 and then drop like the other ones down?
Yep.
It's going to be a lot of clerical work for you because of Destabilized Core and Sand Matriarch Illness's special little agreement they have, but I would have to agree. He's a solid 41, which also means in his infinite brawn and wisdom, he has to eternally look up at some scribe guy from Shadowlands. I'm sorry, no, he has to look at the living rose toy, the butt plug toy.
It's perfect, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's very fitting for Fyrak.
All right, give us one more spin. Give us one more spin.
You better watch your ass, Archivist Fade. I'm coming for you.
Who the hell is It Pickle Full Core Iron Keg? Doesn't matter because we have the Incubus model, guys. I think this is a top 10 for me, if I'm being honest. Honestly, can we fucking... Okay, I have some thoughts. First of all, the Incubus model, if you're not sure, is the super hot male demon that is a glyph that replaces the succubus, or can you...
It used to be a glyph. Now you just go to a woman, apparently the master of of bi, Warcraft resident bisexual, and she can just shift it.
Honestly, the succubus is hot too, but like the introduction of the incubus is honestly top tier. I agree that this is probably very highly ranked. The model is, obviously shirtless, ripped, has a whip, horny.
Look at those fucking man boobies.
The leather garter on him is like, they knew what they were doing. They weren't just making a model.
Oh,
they were
yeah.
making a sexual
So
one.
long. The garter's so long to cover his long fucking dick. What's going on here? Oh, the garter on his leg. I see what you mean.
Yeah, come on, that's the loincloth, you dingbutt. I was watching the stream. I saw Immune wordlessly, silently circled a bit on his leg, being like, "No, he means that."
Literally.
I did off mic. I was like, that's the garter.
I was looking between the legs. This is top. This has got to be top 10, right? Is this? I would do anything. Oh, we already pushed that fucker out. I hate Hilbrand. I want to make Hilbrand last. I want him fucking fuck Hilbrand.
Hilbrand.
He's been fucking with me in this dungeon.
Oh yeah, he's back on the chopping block now. So your opinions on Hilbrand. You know what? Okay, so you said it has to be top 10.
Well, it doesn't have to be. That's just what I think. What do you guys think?
Well, the problem is our top 10 is pretty stacked. So, like, to rapid fire here, it's the WoW token, it's Zovi Baby, it's the Imp Mother Agatha, it's the Homie Rendell, it's the Borealis Rollers, it's Aviana, it's Smolderon, it's Rupert the Gentleman Elemental, and it's Skill Commander Emberthal, and it is Supreme Lord Kazakh. Out of these, honestly, I almost feel like Skill Commander Emberthal is the one that I would remove from the top 10, but maybe that's just me.
I agree.
I'm proposing something wild
Ooh, let's
here.
hear. Is it a swap? Are you swapping?
Scale Commander Emberthal, I want to be 11. I want Incubi to be 9, and I want Hilbrand sent to the principal's office
That's
immediately.
exactly what I was thinking. The same thing. When you said you had something crazy, I'm like, I already know what he's proposing. He's like, fuck, I gotta move all this shit around now.
Yeah, I have a lot of clerical work here. But I feel like I can do this on my own time. I see the vision. But I feel like it's time for us to get on out of here and head on into our top two.
But wait, where's Hilbrand end up?
You're right. Okay, so how far down do we want him to drop? The next open one is 15. I don't know if we want to drop him further than that into the top, like the 20s. I still, like, objectively, if I don't think about his fight and if I just look at him, he is kind of attractive. But I agree with Slidewhistle that the fight itself is, like, boring. It, like, takes a long time and it's a nuisance. And I almost feel like he's hot, but, like, sex isn't worth it with him if it's going to be like that.
24?
I like 24, if only also just because in this iteration, he goes, "Arr!" and gets sent through the void, and then he looks up, and there's still just a lizard woman above him. So he goes, "Oh, hello, Emberthal." And then Militia turns and goes, "No, I'm someone else." And he goes, "If you say so."
He has no clue what he's
You
looking
look
at.
you look exactly the same to me. You can't say that. That's lizard racist.
If he wasn't already doing clerical work, I would have put Gabbo Blink Wink above him, but we can do that later. Alright, now it's time for top 2, bottom boot, medium moot. I'll kick us off with a quick top 2.
Quick toot.
Toot.
Demencius has some really fucking cash money voice lines in the raid Metaforge Omega. My favorite one that I've heard recently is when we all died, he was like, "The first corpses of the mountain from which I will rule." And he just said it was so cool and so, like, reverberating, like, off the walls and off the space in my head between my ears, that I was like, damn, Demencius, that was a sick line. How many more of those you got?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like the Demencius fight in general is top notch. I feel like it toes the line of being, like, annoying in, like, the different phases, but they do it well. They do it. It's like, I feel like it's a better Sylvanas fight because it's shorter and the transitions aren't annoying, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, and he's got good lines. But that was it. Aaron, top 2, bottom boot, medium boot.
Well, I have a top toot as well.
Toot.
My top toot is that after stealing Rosh's luck, yes, everyone was making fun of him saying, "What are you talking about?" But I cast a spell to steal his luck. I deloaded his die and gave the points to me.
What'd you get?
I had hot hands at raid. I got an offhand. I got bracers. I got a shirt. And the shirt that was tier gear. So it allowed me to put on my better hero track shoulders. So, oh boy, I shot up like 5 eye level. Hot diggity dog. The worst, unfortunately, though, was from my vault. I got a myth tier necklace. So that gave me all the achievements for, like, surpassing the need for these kinds of crests. But I did it early in the morning so no one saw. So I was like, come on. I almost was going to link it later. Like, oh my God, I did it again.
Well, luckily, you have a radio show, so now all these listeners know. And now we know. So congratulations.
Yay, epic. Immunization. Tell us your TT, your BB, and or your MM.
Well, I also have a top toot.
Triple toot.
This is also just going to be a quick gear-based one. I also locked down some of those achievements on my hunter. I like fully was like, I need to grind out a neck piece on my hunter because that is the piece that was like not dropping. So then I like did a little bit of research and some simming, and I was like, okay, Halls is the one that has the best non-raid necklace. So I was like, I'm gonna do that, and then I will grind that a few times and hopefully get a necklace. I know that like how annoying that is, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it a few times, and if it doesn't drop, it's whatever. A necklace will drop eventually. But like, I wanted the achievement, so then I could like start. What is it? It's like with the achievement, then you can like upgrade your crests too at like a cost. Like so, like I'm at this annoying spot where like I have a lot of the crests below runed, and I have like a decent amount of gilded, but like I have some pieces that need a rune to be upgraded. It's annoying. It's a whole ordeal. Anyways, I queued for a Halls, and like the first one I ran, nothing dropped. The second one I queued for, we were all in there and ready to go, and then the leader was like, actually, I don't have time for this. I'm leaving. Bye. I'm like, okay, Jesus, okay, bye. So then the next one that I was like, well, I'm already here. So I just applied to a bunch and got into one because I was already there, like outside of it. And on my second attempt, I got the necklace to drop. That's like sick. And it did that thing where like I knew that it dropped because the achievement happens before you open the chest.
Oh, that's so good when you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, so it was a big week for my hunter too. Like I had that big upgrade, and then I got 4-set and discovered that Stampede is still a thing, and then on my priest I have 4-set as well. So I feel like I'm in a good spot gear wise.
Get geared. Get ripped.
Speaking of rip, I'm gonna rip off the Band-Aid and begin the ending sonata of our show. The final concert begins with the announcement of our Patreon supporters. Their names include Ahoy Vince, Azarin, Digital Dave, asking Growlina to say, "For the Horde." Misket the Orchidee Orc. Mitch, he wants to remind everyone that Rathion isn't daddy, he's a literal child. Crucifix, Alternator. New patron! Chris M. Saracen Hawk. Justin, give me back my PhD, Arcane. Remy.
Every time I hear Chiodos, I get a full boner. And I wanted to hop off the bike before I poked you in the back.
Kick Puncher. Sugar Bear.
Time is money, friend.
Dr. Foster, Grumpy Old Shaman. Jerome. Ollie. Adorno.
I equip the wacky wizardry enchantment, which makes me sometimes cast a random spell.
Losing the Patient. Gershom.
Literally, Roblox is too hard. Roblox is too...
Duff the Horde Pooper Cooper. Calcus. Cilantro. Alex A. Vanderlyle.
Have a nice day.
And Will, a.k.a. Tire, Trade Chat's fallen father.
Join these patrons over at patreon.com/do not relent, where we will record an episode today, right after this, with Immune's got a shot in him. Topics are, it's a random one, right? We don't have any topics?
I don't think we have any listener submitted prompts at the moment, so we will just be spitballing drunkenly, talking about who knows what.
We're freeballing. Check your underwear. Who knows what's going to be in it?
The balls are out.
What about you guys? Where you at?
Well, you can find me, Alex or Immunization, on Twitter at NewEraAlex, or on Blue Sky at Immunization.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at the Bigacheesy on Twitters.com, or watch me play videograms at twitch.tv/AaronDNR. I'm going to be playing a little bit after escorting my dad all around for a big 5K we're doing. Ah! Sometimes I wish he could drive his car.
Why the hell not?
Honk honk!
Sound his car mates. And remember,
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.